Let's meet our panel. She is a Republican political consultant and the former communications director for the House Education and Workforce Committee, Cheri Jacobus. Cheri. Hey. How are you? Welcome back. Thank you very much. The band is In Excess. Oh, boy, this is a good one. The new double CD is Shine Like It Does, the anthology, and he is the guy who wrote all the music. Andrew Farriss, ladies and gentlemen. You look too young to be in this band. Well, I've been listening to you for 20 years. A popular stand-up and one of the co-stars of Mystery Man and Simon Says he'll be at the Comedy Connection in Boston all this weekend. Dane Cook, ladies and gentlemen. And she is the Emmy Award-winning mastermind behind Leeza Gibbons Enterprise and the talented host of Extra. Of course, Leeza Gibbons. Look. How are you?
Thank you. Hi, guys.
Okay. I wanted to get to this yesterday, but we were talking about men and women, and you know how that goes. But this made me mad, as all anti-smoking campaigns do. It was a full-page ad taken in many papers around the country. It says, if Hollywood studios are doing big tobacco's dirty work for free, shareholders should sue them for stupidity. And they are calling... Thank you. They are calling for, well, among other things, they want any movie where people are smoking to be rated R. Anti-smoking ads before movies. You know, smoking is communism now. I don't know if you know that, but communism fell. We needed a new enemy. I think we need more smoking in movies. The one thing I didn't like about Pearl Harbor, no one was smoking in 1941.
Well, now that was wrong. But they were wearing crisp little cotton shirts.
They were wearing what?
So that aloha crisp look.
Yeah, that's right.
Even more so, no smoking and racism actually ceased to exist in that movie as well.
Right, yeah, I mentioned that. Yeah, the black guys, like, people look at him like, hey, buddy. But, you know, it's funny, they don't want smoking in the movies, but you can go out into the lobby and buy, you know, crap that's easily the poison that tobacco is.
You know what I find interesting is that this group is so upset about smoking in movies when they should be more upset about all of the violence. I mean, the last time I checked, that was still illegal. That's still offensive, but they don't seem to care about that. They care about smoking.
Right.
But you know what? Let's say you're a producer or a writer. You've got a script and you've got a hero. It's an action film, which is targeted to 14-year-old boys. And the choice is, does the guy smoke or doesn't he smoke? I mean, come on, Bill, even you would say, couldn't you just say, look, there are going to be a lot of kids who are going to be idolizing this guy. If it's not an historical piece, it's not Pearl Harbor, it's not Titanic.
I agree, but I don't understand this country's obsession with targeting one poison over others. That in that same movie, there's product placements for Coca-Cola. And you can go out in the lobby and buy gummy bears. I mean,
so
food.
But the difference is,
sugar is a much bigger poison, or it's certainly as big a poison. It's just not.
But again, if you're going out into the lobby,
is as big a poison as tobacco?
Of course it is. How many people die from obesity-related deaths? How many? Diabetes. I'm sure you've done shows on this. Diabetes is up like 40% in the last 10 years.
If I'm sitting in a movie theater, too, and I'm, you know, eating goobers, and, you know, it's not like the person sitting next to me, the goobers are going down their throat.
Exactly.
I don't want your goobers going down my throat.
You know, it's...
Well, are you saying secondhand smoke?
Secondhand smoke?
Yeah, I mean, that's the issue right there.
Doesn't exist.
If I eat the junk food, that's my choice. I'm going to eat the junk food, and with the smoking, it's something that affects people
with an
in the
ad like
environment
this,
around you.
No, it doesn't. That's an old argument. Where was the last time smoking affected you in your environment?
Well, I think, you know, we're in our time. We live in our time. I mean, people are smoking less now, and that's happening in our time. You know, my dad's time, he got out of the Navy, the Royal Navy, and then he was telling me as a journalist at the end of the war that everybody smoked on the train, you know. But if you go into a train now in London, they don't. So we have to live within our time, though. So I guess for Hollywood, in my opinion, they need to reflect our people in our time. That's what's happening.
But you know, with this group putting out this ad, this is putting an ad like this is going to make the 14-year-olds want to smoke more. I mean, that's what kids want to do. They want to do what they're not supposed to be doing. And this ad that this group has put out, supposedly to protect 14-year-olds and other kids from smoking, it's probably going to encourage them to do so. It just makes it a little bit more forbidden and that much more fun.
Well, it's just not the worst evil. It's just the easiest one to pick on.
It's politically correct.
It's politically correct. And for some reason, to get back to sugar, yes, I think sugar is absolutely as evil as tobacco.
But you've got doctors giving little kids a lollipop after they were good for their shot, and they're 2 years old.
That's a good point.
I mean, I was like a total, when I was a little kid, Nestle's Quick, it was like, I used to snort it. I mean, I was...
Snorted your Nestle?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Delicious. Sugar, yes. Good stuff.
But, I mean, people are so wired on sugar from the minute they get up. One reason why sugar consumption has tripled or doubled in the last 20 years is because people eat it for breakfast.
But you're talking refined sugar, because
yes.
The sugar that your body recognizes, potatoes or carrots or the sugar in fruits, it all gets down to, you're talking about diabetes. Those things are just as dangerous to someone with diabetes as the pack of goobers, aren't they?
No, because people wouldn't eat the amount. Americans eat, I think, 160 pounds of sugar a year, refined sugar. Of course the body can't process that amount. No wonder we're a bunch of pie wagons who...
So what about all the sugar substitutes in the candies? What if it's with NutraSweet or if it's with some substitute? Are you still on the gorging sugar is toxic thing?
Oh, look, I'm not for stopping anybody. If people want to eat and die, good.
That's our bill.
I've said many times I'm pro-death. I'm for... I think population is the big problem. So anything people want to do to kill themselves is fine. Just don't put up smoking like this is the great evil, but eaters have at it. And to target this in movies while there are in movies.
But Bill, you could say salt is the big evil. You could say fat is the big evil. You could say additives. Those are the big evil.
My ex-girlfriend could be the big evil.
Is she? That's a better topic.
But nobody dies.
But they all are. You're right.
You're saying nobody dies of secondhand smoke. Nobody. They might. They can get sick from secondhand smoke.
Oh, please.
But nobody dies of secondhand fat.
You don't think that secondhand smoke is a factor in SIDS, for instance?
SIDS?
It may be a factor.
What's that?
In sudden infant death syndrome.
Sudden infant death. Sorry, that's not funny. I don't know. I mean, you mean moms smoking around their kids?
Smoking, being in the shirts of, daddies when they're holding them. I mean, you're saying, what you're saying is sugar.
Shirts.
I disagree that sugar is as loaded as tobacco and is the evil that you're making it out
I think
to be.
5 cigarettes a day is certainly better for you than 10 candy bars a day. Absolutely.
Well, I guess that depends on what your genetic code, what you're predisposed to.
If sugar came on the market today, the FDA wouldn't allow it. Given
it would be banned.
It would be banned along with other things that they ban that come on the market.
And then we could sell it on the QT.
Exactly. And people would want it even more, although that's hard to believe. But I have to take a break. I'm on its own. For the second time in 8 days, the federal government has put a man to death. And in the same chamber where Tim McVeigh got it last week, the man is convicted killer Juan Raul Garza. And there was a lot of outrage about it. Pat Buchanan denounced this today. He said there are Mexicans who come to this country and take executions away from deserving Americans. The Republican leadership, get this, is, you remember them, the Republican leadership, they're passing out a list of what you can buy with the upcoming tax cut. To no one's surprise, one of the items on the list is the Republican leadership. Because we were talking about sex, and we were talking the whole show about our biology and what drives us and how imperative that is. Well, here's an interesting study that I think bears out the male point of view. They found out that the top 5 internet sites for men and women, to no one's surprise, are completely different. The top sites for women are all shopping. Top sites for men, all pornography.
Yeah.
And
I don't believe it. I think the top site for everybody is MapQuest. And And I think guys are in the closet about it because they don't want people to know that they're actually checking for directions online.
Oh, that's
Wait, whoa. Are there naked women now on Mappa?
You know, there was nothing in this report that surprised me. The fact matter is, women are responsible for 80% of all consumer dollars. We're spending the money out there as we make more money. We're not just shopping for clothes. We're buying the groceries. We're buying the housewares. More women buy new cars than men. So that didn't surprise me.
That doesn't surprise me at all either.
But what surprised me is that somebody paid for a study to find out that men like to look at naked women. I mean,
well, it wasn't even a study, really.
No point. Who didn't know?
We're much more task-oriented than are the men, and men are hardwired for this. Like when we use the internet, we are there to gather information frequently for something about our families. If it's a health site, if it's consumer-oriented, if it's comparative shopping, as you call it, but it may be shopping for.
Oh, that's really quite self-congratulatory to call shopping tasking.
You know what?
It's your biology. That's why you're shopping, because you're feathering the nest. We want to populate the nest.
We're in charge of the nest.
Exactly. Right. And
so wouldn't it be, so if it's self-congratulatory, great. Aren't we then taking seriously our responsibility to be the CEO of our families, if you will?
See,
What?
Important role that women play in today's economy. We're making the money, we're spending the money, we're making the spending decisions, so we have a huge impact on the economy.
And that's great because that gives us more time for porn.
Exactly.
I like that.
But you know what?
You should not be complaining. You should be happy about that.
I'm sure there are, women who are looking for sexual stimulation on the internet as well, but it's not the visual click-through that the guys are hardwired to respond to.
I mean, let's face it.
Well, have you ever seen? Hey, I've seen my girlfriend when she gets the highest bid on eBay. It's very orgasmic for her. Okay. Trust me, she gets very excited about that.
Well, I've been shopping recently. I've never seen any naked women. So.
I bet you Victoria's Secret is a site that appeals to both men and women. So there are some things we have in common, Bill. Even the two of us.
Well. Yeah, but that's not the point.
Hey, I thought of a good. If you ever have a porno website, you could call it Leeza.
Oh, thank you so much. I could have paid a marketing firm for that, and you gave it up for free.
Oh, now that she's Leeza, I'm going.
But it's that thing like, and now as a woman and your guys looking at naked pictures, online.
Only when I'm out shopping or buying.
If you're out, you're doing frivolous things like shopping and gathering consumer items to make us feel better about ourselves.
I just think that it's a waste of time. I don't know why men spend. I mean, it's not like it's the real thing. And women, as you said, we are very utilitarian. We go to the internet to get directions, to do our shopping, and then when it's time for the intimacy or the good stuff, we want the real thing there.
Suddenly all this shopping is utilitarian.
It is.
It's tasking. That's all you guys do is you buy exactly just what you need.
As women,
I want to more into this shopping thing. What? I want to do more shopping. I think.
But let's say you could shop for a virtual partner. Let's say you could shop online for a virtual sex partner, and they'd come in every category, and you could plug in your fantasy. Then the guys would be shoppers, wouldn't you? Right?
Maybe.
And would you go for the virtual sex partner? Because I don't know that women would. I don't think we would.
Not until I have to. But
we would know what you like.
And you were saying before, it's like, why do men go to these sites? We don't know. We don't even know why we go to these sites. Honestly, we don't really even. I mean, we want to see these things. But what the drive is, we're still trying to figure out. From the beginning of time till now, there's something about a girl in a bathing suit sitting on a pool table looking at me like this. That's going to make me go there.
Right.
I don't know why.
Right. That's right. That's my point.
Same thing. He does too.
That's right.
That's right. I don't know if in the beginning of time they had pool tables.
No.
But you're right. That was my point, is that we are, it's not even a study. They just found out what the top 5 sites were for each sex. And it just bears out the biology that we want sex, and for you, shopping is sex. That is your sex.
Depending on the guy, it can be better. I didn't mean it.
No, you do mean it, and you're right.
No, I think that women spending money and shopping, on whether it's on the internet or being consumers, has a lot to do with our new power in the society. We still don't make quite what men make, but we are the ones that make the spending decisions in families. We're just better at it. We're doing more of it, and as we gain more parity in the pay scale, we're going to be doing even more of it.
You keep wanting to make this. You keep wanting to make this political, and I'm just talking about the bedroom and the mall.
I'm just looking at the reality of society today and women's role in the economy.
There's another thing here too.
Okay, but
it's children. You know, I mean, where are they coming on the internet? I mean, you know, there's a
That's illegal. You go to jail for that.
No, no. That's not what I mean.
You know the thing
That's not what he was saying.
Yeah. For the survey results of what, you know.
You mean child pornography and the sites, the predators that are after the kids?
Yeah, I'm saying like the sort of protection mechanisms for those sorts of things. I mean,
the protection for children online is I mean, there's zero.
Right.
I was helping my nephew do a research paper on a velociraptor. You go into a velociraptor. That's like a sexual position for some girl on her website. It comes up with, you go into the search engine and it'll come up with all these, you type in Savannah, Georgia, you get in, Savannah,
It's not that funny. We have to take a break. We'll be right back. That's not funny.
Join us tomorrow when our guest will be screen icon Malcolm McDowell, Emmy-winning actress Shelley Long, author Jay McGraw, and talk show host Bob Larson.
Los Angeles Fire Department released today the 911 tape of Tommy Lee's call about the child who drowned in his pool. The call lasted 7 minutes, although 6 of it was a drum solo. All right, let's talk about this tax rebate that we're getting, and a lot of the Democrats are up in arms today because a letter went out that, by the way, is costing, I think, $20 million. To send out a letter. This is not the tax rebate itself. This is not a check you're getting. You're just getting a letter from the government, and this is what the Democrats are mad at. They say it's partisan. The letter says, "We are pleased to inform you that the U.S. Congress passed and President George Bush signed into law and then they talked to the tax cut." So the Democrats are saying, we didn't like this. We could have sent out a letter that said, we're obligated to send this to you.
But they voted for it.
Why not just send a check? Why send a "Aren't we great" letter?
When people get a letter from the IRS, they don't get real happy and open it and say, "This is a good thing, I'm getting money." They think it's a bad thing, and they want to set it aside or throw it away. And also, in that letter...
They throw it away?
Yeah, I mean,
so that letter takes the image of the IRS? I don't think.
There is nothing in that letter that says Republican. I mean, I wish that when Bill Clinton raised our taxes, we'd gotten a letter saying, "Bill Clinton is raising your taxes, watch out."
Except that when Bill Clinton raised the taxes, the economy went up so much that people made a lot more than this crummy $300.
Not because of the tax increase. People in this country didn't make money because Bill Clinton raised our taxes. That actually hurt us. People in this country made money because of the internet technology companies and the stock market. It had nothing to do with Bill Clinton.
We stopped having to pay off an insufferable debt caused by the last guy. That freed up the capital.
It was the Republicans in Congress that cut spending and balanced the budget and put Bill Clinton's feet to the fire and made him sign a balanced budget. Yes, it was. Remember, 1994.
Not one Republican voted for his tax. For the
tax increase? Heck no. They wanted a balanced budget. They wanted to get rid of the wasteful spending.
Yeah, they said it would ruin the economy. And what happened under Clinton?
Bill Clinton took credit for it. It was the Republicans that did it.
I miss that guy.
Yeah.
We all miss that guy.
I mean, I don't know. I give credit to Republicans when they do something good, but people in red dresses will never give anything to the Democrats.
People in red dresses.
But now, Cheri, he started with this issue of the letter. Right. Don't you think that's a little bit, like, why?
No, I don't, because this is something new. Getting a rebate from the IRS is a very new thing to most Americans.
But people will figure it out if it's a check paid to the order of.
No, because not when you look at all of those fake checks that that you get in the mail. There's all types of marketing pieces that go out that look like fake checks.
Why don't we just? Why are they not just sending the check?
And saying, do not throw this away. This is not a sweepstakes. This is your
Do I have to go to like a 3-day seminar and like hear like Cheney speak too? You know, it's like a.
Why not just send Bush bucks with the picture of George Bush on it, and then we'd all know this is from George Bush bribing you to vote for him again.
We would not be getting this rebate if a lot of Democrats didn't vote for this as well. So
That's true.
This is not
You're
just
right.
a Republican thing. Republicans
That's why I'm
led
not
the
a
charge.
Democrat either. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. The NXX collection. It's awfully good. Long Jay McGraw and Bob.